Like, this is like, how did we get here? How are we still going kind of moment? This feels insane, but Game 7 it is. Christmas Crew Battles Day number 2. Skyward Series AGL bringing it to you. Grand final spot on the line. Prize money on the line. The Game 7 for Fisher and I, it seems like we're cursed with them in the best of ways. Who will get the advantage on Champions Field? 100x Fate or Bubble Guppies?
We see what happens here, and once again for Fate, it's not going to be Crypto in this lineup. It'll be MKO instead. Especially during game number 5, but with the clip they've been paying at, can't any longer, but a big demo, a big goal. Metallicara, 18 seconds in, going to take the lead, and what a play from the Octane. Absolutely nasty. One of these teams going to have to make something happen. Metallicara hitting away, the recovery, on the way down, and trying to get it on net, too wide.
30 seconds left to go. We've seen it all happen. 2 in the net for Bubble Guppies to keep it out. 20 left to go. And KO's gonna rush. It's gonna net. It's gonna go in. It goes to Dillerton. Bubble Guppies might have stamped their ticket to the grand finals. Can 100x Fate recover? They've got 21 seconds for us to find out. But the nice response from Ignite sends it back to a defense. Logan's there for it, but that keeps Mach 10 from trying to make plays, trying to shoot the shooter's shot. Can they do it this time is the big question.
All in air, aiming for the corner of the goalpost, unable to get quite in play, but verified right where he needed to be. Finds the perfect setup for the perfect goal.
That was awesome from Verified to make the read off of Logan there. And for Adam to get the bumps across too, to not allow Ignite to be as comfortable on the defense in the net there.
So the first crazy offense we've seen, it was no good to go in. Here comes the shot from JC Fogg, not going to go in. Gets blocked away, but Bowa takes the demo forward. That sets up Jay and Juicy Bird, but neither one can find a way to get it home. Bowa follows up. That sets it up. Can Jay find it? No. Now Atomic sends it back across the pitch and looks for it. Can he find it? Not yet. But still, aggression plays off. But Bowa cannot block that one. And Smokey gets it in.
You want to feel your opponent, see how they respond when you're just this aggressive. What better way to do it than right off the top, going for some air bumps, they're not going to be quite successful. God grabbing your retreat right back, it's a big boost for you, name. But you could be trying to put on the aggression themselves, now Ignite moving it down the field.
I already like we're seeing demos galore, baby! Pop, 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 pop! I love it so much. Now a shot comes out, shot goes in from Unknown EU. I love it. Let's come out, let's get chaotic, let's just lose our minds. That's exactly what we're seeing off the rip from Unknown EU.
Corpses on the floor, bodies everywhere, gold already in. Nicely done there by Unknown to put it in less than 30 seconds. You think we're Unknown, but so far the fireworks have to wait. But Ignite's not done making plays happen at the net. Thanks for scrounging right now for tiny boost. Need a bit more if you're going to be playing that solid defense, buddy. You can see him now starving. Both members there of Unknown, only one. Acuna having anything to the tank. Could be trouble. He stops from Soda. Make it 3-2. They break through the tie.
What a good read there from Soda. You can see it in the replay. Reading it so well from midfield, adjusting and finding it perfectly timed. Not even really center, just kind of bounced off the crossbar and Soda was ready. That gives them the 1-goal lead with 39 seconds left to go. That's a great spot for Ignite to be sitting to get themselves through. I mean, they're on match point. They're up 2-0 at this point. No more craziness if you win here in the 3v3. You're just on, but instantly the response comes through, and the response is oh so good from Unknown EU.
3-3, that's the best you could hope there for.
I'm starting to get stressed. This matchup has me stressed like none we've seen. Both these teams want to be here tomorrow night. They want to make it to those grand finals, and they both had interesting paths here. But it's hard not to respect the Cinderella story, still staying alive, still keeping it tied up with 50 seconds to go. But now Affinity Prospects, they want to break that glass tripper in two. They send one back, and Waffles makes it 3-2.
What a goal, Affinity Prospects.
Back of first shot, not going to find it. 15 seconds left, and NSG's chances, their shots are running thin. Affinity Prospects are eyeing the grand finals. Is that the final dagger? It might be. Doomer makes it 4-2-2.
Been singing their praises all set, and it might have just got the clinching goal. They've done it in this time, but I don't know if they can get to. They need something miraculous here off the kickoff.
Man's gonna lead the way. Colorado will be behind, but we'll see for how long until we get another shot. Here it comes. Here comes Red. Not gonna find it yet.
Nova Academy gonna have another chance at offense here. No, hit away by Waffles. Can it be a goal? No, Commando misses. Whoa!
Waffles! Timing is everything. The positioning is everything. You said that a million times, right? 25 seconds ago, we're certainly not going to count them out until the last possible second. Command battle might be the last hope now, 20 seconds to go. And Affinity Prospects are still hanging on. They got 15 seconds on the clock, and all they got to do is not let Unknown Academy score. Every second that goes is one closer to Affinity Prospects wearing the heavy crown. Unknown Academy down to 5, and that will be the difference. The Affinity Prospects will hold the crown. All splash, no wake. Affinity Prospects take the Riptide Cup. Hello, everybody. Hey, thanks for coming in. Tommy, everybody. Justin, Gray, thank you for subscribing. Blackjack, my name's Anthony Malum, joined by KingFsher. It's my Valentine's Day, close to Valentine's. And we've got Riptide Cup. We've got Olivett Gaming versus Team Sky. Team Sky, who is new to RLSS, if I'm not mistaken. Fisher, we're in for a banger tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a really exciting game for sure. I know Olivett, pretty familiar to us two in particular. Casted a lot of their sets last year. Really good team dynamic, a lot of fun from that squad. Really excited to see what Team Sky are able to do. Like you said, I think pretty close to the start of the season here, week 1, and that's kind of where in a lot of games, in a lot of different leagues, always concerned with chemistry, teamwork, how that's going to flow right off the bat. Looking it over at Olivett, you really don't think that's going to be a problem for them.
If it is, I mean, Thanksgiving must have been awkward. I can't imagine Christmas, because if the chemistry's not there, something's really off for Olivett. But that will be a key. And if Team Sky come out swinging, it kind of will raise some interesting questions and some interesting talking points for sure to see how Olivett can adjust to new blood out there. Olivett, as we learned last season, Fisher, one of the OG teams of RLSS. So, new blood on the street, out looking to make a name for themselves. What better way to do it than potentially toppling Olivett Gaming?
That'd be a pretty good start for any team. I mean, it's going to be an uphill battle, though. Like I said, very good team, works together really strongly. And we're going to have a best of 5 today. It seems like we've cast a lot of best of 7s lately. We're going back to kind of the normal season format in these best of 5s. It's going to be really important to get off to those early game wins. You don't have as much time as you do maybe in those playoffs to kind of sit back, adjust, make changes to your chemistry, your team comp, your play calls, whatever it may be. Gonna have to really be ready to go there from minute 1.
Will indeed. Thanks, Kat, popping in. You gifted yesterday and you just subscribed today. You're on one, Kat. But thank you for doing that. Thank you, Brady, for coming in. Everybody's coming in right before we get going. Just waiting on Olivett to join the lobby, if I'm not mistaken. But Olivett is never a team that I've ever seen be late, I don't think. So, 8 o'clock on the dot, we should get going for the exciting action between the two. Like Fisher mentioned, week 1, best of 5. Riptide Cup of RLSS. And before we get started, I want to make sure I shout out all the sponsors. Tommy actually went through and gave details on everybody, and I'd be lying to you if I said I remembered every word of it. But big time pulling through for RLSS this season, giving back more to the players. I know the jerseys are some awesome stuff going on with that. The MVPs get the custom jerseys. Those are going to be exciting this season. It's all great, and RLSS can't exist without them. So big shout out to those sponsors.
Always exciting to see the league get bigger, hopefully better, but always going to be the same Riptide. Always really glad to be casting here. Sorry, Splash Series. Not Riptide, that's just the league we're in.
Pull it together, honestly. I mean, come on. Be professional.
I'm sorry. I mean, in our defense,
I will rescind my Valentine's so fast. I almost said so fast, like your fish will feel it, but I realized like sensitive topic and.
You're about to lose your co-caster before this game even starts. I'm about ready to head out.
You just hear the bloop out of the call.
Wow, I can't believe this is what I got thrown into here too. But yeah, I mean, exciting times for us, exciting for the cast. Hopefully, exciting for you all to watch this conflict play out live.
We'll cast the boxing matchup tomorrow. Thank you for the gifted sub to Gangster Sijun. I'm not gonna pretend I got that right. I gave him my best shot. Honestly, it was in earnest at least.
I feel like you have to have at least a little bit of the pass there. Usernames are so difficult.
Oh, you should see
just
me.
all the time.
You should see me in iRacing. Especially, you know, we all know I'm obsessed with, and I love casting in European leagues because they're just so fun to cast in. But sometimes the names I just suck at so much, and I feel so bad. Always gets me. Blackjack, you hopping in too with the sub there. Appreciate you. Inu? Inui? I suck at names, dude.
More username troubles.
I'm the
to
worst
be fair,
at
I feel like that's something. I mean, we talk about this before almost every single game, how to pronounce player usernames, because it always sucks to get it wrong. Obviously, you never
Ooh, here
try
we
to,
go.
but hopefully today.
Olivett's
we'll have
joining in
everybody's
right
names
on time, Fisher. As always, Olivett plays no games. I'll go ahead, send the ready message. That means it's about time for us to get going. Thank you for the hype train. That's a level 2. I think it's the first hype train I've had in RLSS, so thank you guys for that. But it's perfect because the game's about to start. So hype train for the hype game. Ready when you are is sent in the game chat, so here soon we should get our gameplay. Once again, Week 1 Riptide Cup, Olivett Gaming versus Team Sky, new on the scene, versus the old dogs in Olivett Gaming. I'm Anthony Mellum. KingFsher is the other one you'll be hearing. It's Valentine's soon. Let's do it, Fisher.
And I'm so excited because we log into this game and I think I have a good idea on all 6 usernames.
Let's go!
I used to like last season. It's going to be Olivett on attack versus S-Class Wizard. Can't make it go through, but now Solo puts it towards the net. One of their big performers, what we always see Olivett famous for, their passes, and be off the mark as S-Class falls a little bit too high.
And don't forget the shooting that can come out from S-Class Wizard. We talked about that a lot last season. It felt like that was one of the main shooters for Olivett, but Team Sky, a lot of unknowns for us. Where did they come from? What's the angles they choose to take? How do they put pressure on Olivett? We know the rotations are always there for Olivett Gaming, so maybe that's a place where Team Sky can look to take advantage. Find a hole in those rotations might be key. At the end of the day, it's a simple goal, Fisher, getting the ball through to the net, but the question is, can it happen with shots like that? They certainly can! Team Sky making it happen early.
And difficult to tell how much skill, how much luck associated with
Did
that
Solo
one.
tap that?
It does look like Solo influenced the path of the ball a little bit. I admittedly don't know how much because I think Boggy would have shot it down to that end.
Yeah, it was hard to tell.
So, yeah, kind of one of those goals where it seems destined to go in either way. And once again, it happens every game. It's a first-minute goal here for us.
Every time. And you know what? I was casting last night without you. Barely any first-minute goals. It's just...
What?
Oh. Moving on. It seems like it's just a you and I thing, and it seems so odd that that actually is the case. But regardless, now 1 up for Team Sky early on. They've got the advantage. Olivett already feeling the newcomers. Glass Wizard trying to bring something through from the corner. Maybe set up for Solo to play off midfield. Not going to find it there. They actually caught Team Sky open net, but by the time SEMA could take advantage, Instant was there with the save to block through what could have been a tying up goal. Olivett just can't find any holes yet in Team Sky.
Team Sky moving this ball really well through the air. We see another attempted aerial here. Sipping Ramen, though, will be able to get it to go. Instant trying to keep it towards the net, and they do for now. Team Sky towards it off the top crossbar. Glass Wizard, though, going to miss. Solo clears it out. The Ramen keeping it in should finally get out now. Yeah, Solo does have it uncontested in the corner. Can they get it past the last member? No, they cannot. Right back down to Olivett's side of the goal. SEMA, though, there to hit it out yet again. And Olivett cannot escape the corner.
They really cannot. They're just stuck here. And so far, the way that Sippin' Ramen has been hanging out of midfield, kind of almost playing off from the side, has been impossible for them to get the ball away. There's been no clearing opportunities. They finally do it, and it was on the orange side for what felt like 1 second. It was already back on their own side of the pitch. They just cannot break through, and Team Sky looking to make it happen. Solo pulls through big time with a big save to keep it from being a 2-0 game. It's close there.
Solo trying to take it along, wins at 50 against Instant. First real chance we see here for Olivett. Back out, but demo from Boggy onto Solo might slow them down. SEMA not quite able to get the angle. Glass Wizard towards the net, but again, feels like the third time we see him hit off the high bar. This shot going to go wide. Now Team Sky has it. Team Sky with a beautiful juke by SEMA, but Solo still here to keep it in.
Glass Wizard looked like he was ready to try to make a contest to get the ball back out of their side. They really want to get it away, but Team Sky have been unable to do it for at least the last few seconds. Maybe this is the first real opportunity Olivett has had, but KingFsher, it seems like they're having a hard time setting up for any kind of shot. They just can't get comfortable, and by the time they do, it's already coming back across. That demo certainly won't help out either. That will send SEMA back for at least a moment to give Team Sky even more time to keep it away, and at this point, it feels like they're just bleeding the clock on their 1-0 lead.
They have got it down to 1:20 seconds. Not a ton of time to work with. SEMA with a beautiful move. Can't get close enough to finish it off. And in that last offensive series, Olivett missed 1 or 2 shots. Granted, extremely hard ones. Could come back to bite them. 1:14. Great attempt there by the Olivett player to anticipate. Can't quite get it. Solo now on the wall thanks to that demo. Should have a lot of time to work with.
Wow.
Boggy gets demoed too. It's 2 for Olivett. One is respawn. That Sippin. Boggy now respawned as well. 1 minute left for Olivett, and they've shown some promise, but they need to get down there soon.
Solo's taken bodies, but Olivett has yet to take a goal, and now it's up to Team Sky. Really, it's just a defense for 45 seconds. Olivett has been unable to take advantage of any open nets that have been there so far. That's something they have to clean up. Class Wizard sends it up, but it's off the corner, not quite on target for Olivett Gaming still. They're down to 30 seconds left. Solo can't find a read on it, so it's bumped away, and Team Sky continue to burn that clock down. By the time you look at it, it's 20 seconds, and Olivett have the ball on their side of the pitch. Class Wizard will bring it up towards the ceiling, look to come down, look forward off the top, but not going to have any follow-up so far from Olivett. That's 10 seconds left to go, and they still are unable to make a play happen. Down to 5, Team Sky just look to clear. They've got it in the air. If they get it to land, it might just be over. They might even get one for the road. Olivett will keep it up. It won't last long. Team Sky take game 1.
What a game 1 it was. So back and forth there in those latter half. And that's crazy. No goal for 4 minutes and some change.
Crazy.
Really, really nice job by Team Sky. And it's normally not a strategy we like to see, where it kind of feels like teams are focusing more on defense, trying to hold it off than attacking. After they got that goal, Team Sky maybe had 2 attacking chances, but I don't hate it at all. They played beautiful defense. They were able to keep their ball out of their zone when it mattered the most. They take that game 1 victory. Luckily, though, Olivett, a lot of time together, a lot of experience in situations like this, and be able to come back, but they need to win this game too, so they can avoid being put on that reverse sweep this early on.
Yeah, you don't want to find yourself on the ropes, especially we're going to have said this a bunch, especially against new blood like that. You want to be able to take control of the game yourself and dictate the pace, and that's something Olivett has always done very, very well. They always seem to make the other team play their game and their pace of things, their calm rotations through. The kickoff left something open, but Class Wizard was unable to get just that right amount of speed to make it happen. So potential another missed goal for Olivett. We talked about not taking advantage of the open nets as well.
One thing we got to talk about before it goes a little bit too far into this game, there is going to be a roster change here for Olivett, taking out SEMA in place of Bob. And this is something we saw a lot in that scramble tourney we casted, that we don't see as much in just pure Grand Prix play. A lot of substitutions. We went a little bit of a missed shot there from Sip and Solo, able to clear it out, trying to interrupt me in the middle of my monologue. Now Olivett taking it down. Be interested to see what they do with this new team member.
To score or not to score, that is the question. No continued monologue so far from Team Sky. Still 0-0, looking to find their first one on the board to continue what was strong momentum out of game 1. Even if it was low scoring, the importance of taking that game cannot be undervalued. Yesterday, Curio, who I was casting with, mentioned it a bunch. That first game really matters so much for what it sets up, and to come out, be new, go against a team you're unfamiliar with in Olivett Gaming, and to take it is just so important. And Olivett, KingFsher, one thing we're seeing is a lot of demos, as I say it, on command. I take those. A lot of demos. If we keep using the demos, if you're Olivett, if you keep up that strategy, maybe that's how you can break through from Team Sky. But the problem is the demos seem to be happening on Olivett's side of the field. They get a shot through, and I'm the Bob! Hits the bomb! 1-0 for Olivett.
As the response they needed, it only took 1.5 minutes too, working in very short order there. Bob with a really nice goal, and now roles reversed a little bit. Gonna see what Olivett can do on the forefoot. We wonder if they kind of play it like Team Sky, they take a little bit more conservative approach, or if they keep trying with that aggression. Solo puts it towards the goal, sipping ramen though, able to deflect it. both Sippin and a member of Olivett in this, so a little bit sloppy in mid, but it doesn't benefit either team. Solo now pushes it towards a goal, but Boggy there, ready to hit it out, and does so.
One thing we haven't talked about that feels really important, Sippin' Ramen is an awesome name.
We have not discussed that yet. It is really good.
It's so good. You know, I got to smell some ramen today, didn't have it myself. It smelled so good. Can't beat ramen. Just a classic. If Sippin' Ramen brings Sippin' Ramen brings Ramen Cup energy, Fisher, Team Sky might just take this game.
They might. I feel like as a college student, I have a very, very nice introspective of ramen. So really expecting to see you Sippin' hard carry it. Certainly hard carries my pantry right now.
I was gonna say, how many? Over under 10 in your? I'm going over.
Oh, way under.
What?
I think only one right now.
That's disappointing. I think the most I had was probably like 15 at once. Just ready, just stockpiled.
Yeah, to be fair, I do like cooking.
Class Wizard? Oh, it was off the crossbar, but Instant slammed it home, not letting it go through. No score for Olivett, but that was some of the best offense we've seen. Maybe if we talk about ramen, Olivett gets frustrated and says, talk about olives? They get hyper-aggressive?
Why would you put olives in your ramen? That'd be really weird.
What? What did you just say? Did you say put olives in your ramen?
Yep. Oh. Well, it's Olivett and ramen. I mean, it has to be some sort of combo. Maybe if Sippin' Ramen ever transfers to.
Yeah, that Valentine's Date's so ruined. We're so shocked. Anyway, Team Sky getting aggressive. 1 minute 35 to go. There might be one here, but it's going to go up high, give Solo a chance to clear it away. Olivett will continue to hold on to that 1-0 lead, looking to tie up the series here early on and not give any advantage to Team Sky. No breathing room allowed. Sippin' Ramen will get a shot on, but Solo was there for a save to make it look clean. Class Wizard now will try to bring it through, but Class Wizard not quite as clean as we're used to seeing, Fisher. I feel like normally we see Class Wizard making a lot of plays off the midfield side wall. Instead, just walks up right to the net thanks to Bob and just sends it on home for the 2-0 lead.
That almost didn't work out too. Bob almost got bumped back into that ball. Could have hit it off Class Wizard's car there. Doesn't happen though. Now Olivett up 2-0, only a minute left. And obviously never the end of the game, especially with how Team Sky's been playing this. But maybe looking forward to game 3 where, I mean, if Olivett does win here, it would be back to essentially a best of 3. Uh-oh though, backflip from Bob. Might have been a juke, you know, we're gonna give them the benefit of the doubt there. Solo on the wall, trying to get it past one more. Gotta give it to Olivett. They are not backing down, still staying on offense, even with only 40 seconds left.
Bob's backflips. Feel free to use that in the All-Star game this season if you get there, Bob. You're welcome. Anyway, Olivett Gaming on the defense. 35 seconds to burn with the 2-0 lead in order to tie up this series, this best of 5, 1-1. Team Sky has had good offense, but it hasn't been quite great. Maybe trying to change that fate so far, but they've got 2 off the wall. How many times can they rebound it to look for a shot? The answer was only 2. That third one not going to find it. Now Bob brings it all the way from the corner, taps it across the pitch, and puts in the dagger of game number 2.
Unfortunate miss there on the save attempt from Instant. Might have been able to spark some offense as well. 2 members from Olivett down on that half of the field. Won't happen though. Team Sky, now probably not too late to start looking towards that game 3. And if you're them going in, game 1 was really close, but now game 2, admittedly, much more one-sided towards Olivett. Is that something you have to shift up? Do you think it's because of Olivett's team shift? What exactly went on in that game 2?
It does feel like Olivett had, and it's something we actually just saw in chat at the same time, great minds think alike, Tommy. Olivett feels like they kind of had a wake-up call from that game number 1. Like, whoa, whoa. This is week 1. We're not losing to the new guys. That's not how this is going down. And they were able to pivot. We saw the substitution, and clearly it worked out. The only downside I saw was, and I will stick by this, it does feel like some of the shots we saw were not as crisp as we're accustomed to Olivett shooting. Because one thing I remember, I'm sure it's the same for you, I feel like they had a lower amount of shots taken, but the ones they did were impact shots and were usually really clean.
Yeah, obviously it was a few months ago, so memory may be a little bit hazy, but especially like on the stats that we used to pull up before all those games, we would always talk about, you know, Olivett's like shots were lower, but goals scored per game were a little bit higher. And I think one thing we talked about a lot through last season's playoffs were obviously their passing, their teamwork, Is why I was a little bit surprised to see that substitute Sema, you know, pretty long time player there for Olivett. Never seen Bob before. Maybe another brother, another cousin or something. Can't count it out. And yet again, they're going to be sticking with Bob here. Olivett now tied it back up. They're going to need to do a big thing to take it ahead, though. Team Sky, you don't want to let them answer. Otherwise, back and forth might not be great for either team here. Olivett looking to put the dagger in. Have they woken up?
I don't know the lore, and you could definitely be right, but you've now created this. Hang on, not quite there. You created this image in my mind of Olivett Gaming just being this Mafia Rocket League family, and I honestly don't want it to be anything but the case now. That's my story with them. I'm sticking to it. Bob trying to be the mop boss and slam it home. Not going to find it early. Class Wizard does the same thing. Boggy is there to keep it away. Sippin' Ramen tries to pass it over to Instant, but couldn't make it as clean as you may have wanted. So Team Sky unable still to get it off their side of the pitch. Olivett continuing to be aggressive. Bob makes it happen with the perfect amount of aggression to make it 1-0 very early on.
Mob family gets it done. Olivett off to 1-0 lead again. And who would have guessed it? It's in the first minute.
Of course it is, right? It's only us.
It has to be. It has to be. Honestly, is it a KingFsher Anthony Mellon cast if there isn't a goal in the first minute? I don't think so.
And I remember one of our first ones had like 15 goals because they were, I think it was like a 6-7 game or something. We're just cursed.
It feels like the same thing as Smite, you know, that share 2 caster curse. Whenever you start talking about something just breaks out, it happens.
Yep.
As I'm saying that, we almost see a goal scored from Olivett.
Oh,
Not quite,
yeah.
though. Boggy able to hit it away.
You see how hot all of that came in? Oh, not that time. The speed, Fisher. It's all about the speed so far for Olivett, which doesn't feel their style, but they're doing it.
It has felt really up tempo from both teams too. We saw it in game 1 there with Team Sky. They were really flying around. There's not as many crazy aerials, as many slow plays out of the corners of the walls. It is all gas pedal all the time, and a wide open net. Can Sippin' Ramen stop it? Solo off the mark.
Maybe tried to turn it into a pass, didn't feel like he had the right angle, but was unable to do it, and Sippin' Ramen was in a great spot. That's going to keep it 1-0 so far. No return shot from Olivett. It's set up for Solo. Solo comes through. Not going to find it. Boggy with the save. Olivett will have Bob ready, but Sippin' Ramen in a good spot. Going to corner it now for Team Sky to try to make a play happen on their potential offensive run, but they both sit back. They only send one member up. It was Boggy. Solo tries to take advantage, was looking to tap it with the hood, but not going to find it there either. A lot of stuff we're not finding, but still 1-0, which remains the most important factor. It feels like with all this offense, something has to give.
Just have to wait to see whose defense gives first. Oh, and that might be tragic for Team Sky. Sippin', though, with a great readjustment, able to hit that ball away before any more harm can be done. Can't find that one, though. Class Wizard puts it in 2-0. Olivett, they've woken up, they're stirring. Now they are going. Dang, up 2-0. Still have the match to play, though. Team Sky gonna have to get in gear here.
Honestly, that was a really well-read shot from Class Wizard. That's something I feel like I've said before. It wasn't as simple as the ball's here, I do the thing. It was a great, okay, I can adjust, I can make this work. Class Wizard is so good at improv with it for Olivett. That's where a lot of those shots come from. But Team Sky almost able to take advantage of a poorly defended net. Instead, it goes back across the pitch, turns into a demo. Solo finding it onto Boggy. Down 2-0, you still have 2 minutes left at your Team Sky, but we've seen so far that this is a low-scoring affair. Team Sky ran at risk of losing another one to it, but the demo, the Solo, helps things out and keeps it from becoming a problem. Now a potential chance at a breakaway, but Solo came through first, continues that offense from Olivett off the top of the... Oh, no, off the top of the net, but not quite an alley-oop chance for Olivett.
Olivett now still control the ball. Bob-omb trying to get it up a little bit further. Instant trying to challenge, can't do so. Ball gonna be on net, but Boggy is back. Boggy able to clear it away. Solinalo keeps it in for the time being. And Team Sky, they just cannot get this ball past midfield. Might have had a chance, but they run into each other. Class Wizard puts it in. That's a big mistake there for Team Sky, and a costly one. Oh, that hurts to watch.
Team Sky just seeming to be unlucky so far in this game number 3, and Olivett has taken advantage every time, be it bad luck, be it great positioning, be it great thinking from Olivett. It's all working so far in this Game 3. They get a demo and they send it across the way to the Team Sky side again, forcing them to take the long draw to offense. Instant comes from the corner, not going to be able to set it up too well for Team Sky. Still something lacking in that department. And they've got 3 goals to make up in 1 minute, and we've seen how low scoring it's been. It could be a 4th. It will be a 4th. KingFsher sees it from solo and sends it on home. It's 4-0 with 1:02 to go.
The hat trick for KingFsher, and once again might be the dagger there for KingFsher. Olivett up 4-0. 15 seconds apiece for Team Sky to make it up. And you just don't think it's going to happen. It's a really hard hill to climb. Now Bob, still pushing it down here, does not get the deflection. KingFsher does another shot on goal, saved though by Team Sky. Now if you're Team Sky, we're going to assume that Olivett takes this one up 4-0. What do you change here in Game 4? Might not be over though. The caster's curse is real. I hate it, and it's real.
You know what they say about assuming? You're wrong. 4-1 now for Olivett Gaming. Team Sky get on the board, and they did take advantage there of what Olivett brought through Fisher. And so far, Team Sky, while leaving a lot desired in this game, it still feels like it's a slow burn of Olivett kind of figuring things out. So there's still potential. But the problem in my mind is, depending how this game ends, you may have a very cerebral Olivett gaming coming out in Game 4.
Absolutely. We'll see what they can do. Ball's back on their side again. Luckily, they are going to outpace the cars from Team Sky. Team Sky trying to end it here strong. You get Demo, sipping ramen, sends it back towards mid. It didn't look like anybody was ready for the shot, though, from Team Sky. Olivett take control. Final 10 seconds, game almost over. And for Team Sky, in Game 4, what do you change around? Is it a gameplay thing? Is it something you have to stop on Olivett? Or are they just playing better Rocket League right now?
A lot of me feels like it's just a big lack of, if you want to actually go back, Fisher, to what you and I had discussed, feels like a lack of synergy is sort of the biggest problem that I'm seeing. For me, it's a matter of, okay, what isn't working? It feels like we're not cohesive right now. It feels like we're just throwing bodies, throwing chassis at the ball and hoping it works out. And I need more group cohesion from Team Sky. I feel like Olivett's strength that we always talked about in the previous season was, oh, their rotations. Their net's never empty. They're always on top of it, yada, yada, yada. That's what I want to see from Team Sky. Don't leave an open net. Have a plan. Decide who's sitting at midfield, who's the shooter. I feel like too often we're seeing Team Sky be on top of each other, sitting not even at midfield, sitting by boost, just kind of waiting to figure out how they want to react and take the shot. They might have had a chance there. Instant wants to follow it home. Instant does it. Maybe this is the one for Team Sky. They come out strong.
That's a nasty angle, and you were talking about a little bit of lack of chemistry, maybe miscommunication. See it there, a rare miss from Olivett. They double committed to that first save, and S-Class just really out of position for the second, and yet again, they've gone with another roster change, taking out Solo here for SEMA. So maybe just experimenting with some new rosters up 2-1. It might be a chance to try something new, but at the same time, it's been working, and that's over the goalie. 2-0 Team Sky. Oh, and they're angry after that Game 3 loss, rather. Really strong opening series, and we're not even 30 seconds in.
Mayhaps I was wrong about who the cerebral ones were. Team Sky coming out in game number 4 being stone cold killers, Fisher.
They're looking good for sure. Olivett now trying to answer back. SEMA carries back. Hopefully no rust error after missing 2 games. Really doubt there will be. I mean, only 10 minutes in all actuality.
Yeah, plus watching.
See all the mentals. Right, hopefully they're watching. Didn't see SEMA in chat at all. Egregious, but now taking it towards the net is going to be instant. Looking for something here. Only one member back in net there for Olivett. It's going to be Bob. Bob won't go for it right away, but S-Class will. KingFsher pushes it down, and nobody's back on that side for Team Sky. Instant, though, able to outrace Olivett. And we don't always see somebody back on defense, but nobody on that half of the field. S-Class Wizard tries to put it in.
Oh, Boggy
with a great save.
So good there from Boggy. One of the best reads we've seen from Team Sky the entirety of this series so far tonight, and it comes up at a big time, still holding on to that 2-0 lead on Olivett Gaming, trying to send us to Champions Field. KingFsher, be my first time there for this season of RLSS, and our first time together, again, right before Valentine's Day, a trip to Champions Field? Come on, I mean, sheesh, you're paying. Olivett Gaming holding defense. Sippin' Ramen taps it in, sends it home. It's 3-0.
Can't believe you're making me pay, but right now, Olivett paying for a little bit of miscommunication again, it looks like. I don't know if Bob was ready for that to go quite off the crossbar the way it did. You know, give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe a bad bounce there, but now Olivett in a 3-goal hole. They're going to have to make it up, and they do not win the 50 off the kickoff. It's going to be Team Sky. Seema misses it. Make it 4-0. And you know, I'm not going to say anything this time. I'm not going to try another caster's curse, but Olivett, it's been working for him for games 2 and 3, but whatever they're doing here in game 4 is not. This
feels like the definition reason as to why you change a map each round in Rocket League. I guess DFH is just not the stadium for Team Sky. Maybe they don't like the pink and Forbidden Temple. Just keep them on the basic stadiums. It feels like what we've learned so far. If you make it a night sky, Team Sky will show you just a flurry of shots. That's the 5th one through. Instant sends it home. This is a totally different team. We didn't even give it the full 60 seconds in between rounds, KingFsher. That was like a 30-second break in between these two games.
It's been a very different looking Team Sky for sure. They've looked more confident, and they're making more shots happen. And on the flip side, for Olivett, you kind of got to wonder, and I don't think this is the case because neither of these players are doing bad at all, but all the roster changes, maybe this not the one that's working out for Olivett. I don't know. They have Bob on defense as well, where I was always struck by Seema as one of the more defensive players on Olivett. Maybe just figuring out some roles, and Seema is going to be the one to get this one away from the net. Team Sky, half the match remaining, 5-goal lead, looking to even it up to send us to Game 5. One very important note though, Champions Field is daytime, not nighttime. Uh-oh.
We go to the night one though, not to.
Oh, you do.
Not to rug sweep you.
I can't believe this. In the message, it doesn't say anything about night.
Call me Logan Paul because I'd be rug sweeping. Olivett Gaming comes through and gets their first goal of this game. Now it's 1-5. And I want to go back to what you talked about with the roster changes. It does feel kind of questionable as to why they made that change for this game. If you're testing stuff out, I suppose, yes, it is the game to do it. You have one to play with, but for my money, I would just want to be comfortable. Week 1, take a clean victory, and so far, it's been anything but clean for Olivett in this game. KingFsher will come up with a nice save. It also lends me to wonder, is Solo the IGL for the comms for Olivett Gaming? Is maybe that what is missing for Olivett? Because something is certainly off and different. There is some time to work with. Still 1:40 on the clock. But Team Sky holding onto a 4-goal lead, not letting it go anytime soon. A nice block there from Sippin' Ramen, but the Bob hits another bomb. I'm going to keep making that same joke. It's now 2-5. Olivett Gaming catching up.
In your defense, it's a very good joke. You know, I'm okay with hearing that a few more times. If Bob continues to score, Olivett finally getting their feet under them in this game number 4 matchup. And there's still a lot of time. They've made up 2 in a minute. Now they have a minute and a half for 3. If you're a math whiz like us casters are, you know that's on track to even it up at 5. Boggy trying to keep it in, does a good job. That's class. Yes, math is fun. Got instant now trying to keep it in. Seema hits it across. Now Team Sky looking like faltering a little bit in the air, but they get it down anyway. Shot not going to be on target. Class Wizard gets there in time to clear it out as well.
Bob is in a great spot if Seema can get it past Sippin' Ramen. Not going to be the case. Class Wizard tries to make the play instead, and now it's going to be in the corner of Team Sky. Boggy will try to clear it. Has some boost left if needed, but instead it sets up for Sippin'. But Sippin' Ramen not going to be able to find it there. It's instead back right to Olivett. maybe the ping pong is the way to go. They've got it dancing in front of the net, but not going to find it there. I thought for sure Olivett was going to come through with another goal. It felt like the time. Instead, it turns into opportunity for Team Sky to turn this game into a blowout. Instead, Bob finds it midfield off the ceiling, not going to find it there. Sippin' Ramen gets the block. Class Wizard takes his turn. It's off the mark too. Bob keeps it close. Seema will 50 with instant. Get it! Send it home! 3-5.
Great goal for Olivett, and the one thing you're always a little bit scared about in a blowout, like it was, certainly not now, but momentum swinging over. Olivett, even if they lose this game, taking these 3 goals back at the end of it is going to be a really nice way of heading into game 5 if we get there. Still 20 seconds, still technically enough time for the comeback. I won't help though, Team Sky able to get it into their half of the field. Nice demo, might set it up, but they don't win the 50. Can they control it quick enough? No, they cannot. Time running out. One more goal will not be coming through. A little bit offline there for Boggy. And yeah, going to game 5 here. Our first of this season. Going to be exciting. And for Team Sky now, you're riding a good wave here. You know, you're going into game 5 with the same roster, with 5 goals in 2 minutes. I mean, what does all of that have to change to get behind it? They showed some fight in the last one, but I don't know what they have to do to change it up and really get a stop to Team Sky.
It does feel as if the roster change might be something that we don't see run back from Olivett. I imagine we would see Solo back in there. Solo is still in the lobby, for those who are curious, so could certainly jump right back in and try to make it happen. But yeah, for Team Sky, it sort of feels like, all right, not exactly how we wanted that to go. You mentioned the momentum of it. That's a big deal for me. It's tighter, but if I were to wiggle the table, like, still might come loose. That's kind of where I'm at.
I don't think I've ever heard whatever.
I was gonna say, you didn't like that because I just came out with it a few seconds ago. So
I might keep that one in the bank, man. Or maybe it's just me. I didn't understand it.
You've never just had a loose leg of a table? You live in the future?
You didn't say loose leg.
I thought I did. Did
wait,
you not
maybe
listen to
I might
me?
be crazy.
Did we just catch you not listening? Whatever. Let's get in KingFsher. It's game 5. It's Champions Field. It's make or break for both teams in week 1. Bob looks forward right away, but it's not quite there. Solo takes his shot. Not going to get it there. Wow. All right. Olivett Gaming exploding out of the gate. Solo.
Call it. Solo is back in there for Seema. Good defense there from Boggy. Been everywhere on defense throughout this set. Feels like one of the quieter members, though. Team Sky is still paying their dues. Olivett might be able to clear this out, and they are. Solo's going to get it. Class Wizard bumps it. Might be beneficial, and it will. Solo gets to it first. Sippin' Ramen, though. The stuff for the time being. Team Sky back on offense. Bob, he's going to miss that 50. But not that one. S-Class going to get demoed. Solo now back in goal. Boggy can't land the aerial. Olivett regains control.
We don't often talk about KingFsher. Off the corner, opened up for Bob. It's sent home. 1-0 so far for Olivett Gaming. Took them less than a minute. Is anyone surprised? We talked about that. But Fisher, we don't often talk about chat while we're mid-cast, but I want to bring this one up because it feels way too specific. Olivett wins by a solo goal to break the 2-2 tie at 45 seconds. If that's the script, and you predict that, my hat off. It's 1-1. It's possible. I'm so glad I read that now.
I saw it too, and I was hoping to avoid it so I could steal it and pass it off as my own kind of analysis. Thanks for doing the work.
Okay, we run it back. So Fisher, do you have any ideas on how this game might go?
You know, I'm gonna put something bold out here. You know, we've seen it a little bit back and forth with Solo being back in. I think they're gonna be the hero. 2-2 tie game. Would love to see Solo take the winning shot. 1 goal away. If Team Sky scores next, every team in the league is going to want to sign whoever just said that in chat to go make predictions for their team.
Oh boy. 2-1, Olivett Gaming. 3 minutes, 51 seconds left to go on Champions Field. That is insane that we're here so far. It has been a crazy back and forth. It feels like both teams are ready for their hero to step up. Team Sky, regardless of the ending, Fisher, they have stepped up big time to make their name known in the Riptide Cup. and they had the perfect team to do it against. The old dogs looking to run it back, get themselves another chip. And Olivett Gaming, if you can bring them down here, you can set up a season where people will respect you going forward. Honestly, you've probably already done it with what you've brought to Olivett Gaming so far. If you're KingFsher, you want to do that right there. Send bombs, rip the script up, and make it 3-1.
I mean, for all the Olivett fans happy to get an insurance goal, I'm a little bit ticked just for the plot. Would have been incredible if it was called that early in, but now Olivett up 3-1. Wasn't Solo that got the goal either. And like you said, Team Sky have done a great job just, I mean, showing up to this game, doing what they've done so far, especially with that game number 4 win. It was really good, nice defense on the game 1 as well. So even if they don't win the set, they've accomplished what they needed to. Still a ton of time, 3 minutes, 2 goals to make up. S-Class Wizard with some incredible dribbling gets it by 1, not the other though. Bob won't land the aerial either. Uh-oh, nobody in Class Wizard's back though. Nobody in goal rather. Olivett regains control.
Team Sky, maybe they can take advantage. Sippin' Ramen gonna try to do it. Runs into Bob and can't find a home. Still 3-1 for Olivett. But Team Sky, they're looking notably cleaner, not making it an easy task for Olivett to cement this lead because the offense just keeps ringing through. Olivett Gaming might start to resort to demos. We've seen this before from Olivett Gaming, from the Mob family. There's a chance that that's the route they take. They just take you down and don't let you make anything out of any situation. Olivett Gaming want to do that, but Team Sky, they want to send shots through. Class Wizard going to find the save. Sippin' Ramen follows it up, sends another home. Instant. Not going to catch up to Class Wizard there in the corner to maybe fight to keep it on the Olivett side. A moment to breathe, a moment to shoot, a moment to score for On the Bob.
Olivett up 4-1, 3-goal lead, 2 minutes left. Team Sky running out of time, running out of things to do. If Olivett can keep up this pressure, they might find themselves a week 1 win. And for Team Sky, they got to turn it around fast. 3 minutes for 2 goals was okay, but 3 goals in 2 minutes is getting a little bit dire, certainly still within the realm of possibilities. And we see another double commit from Team Sky. It might be another mistake. Luckily for them, nobody from Olivett in position to take the shot. Good redirect there from Instant. He's a little bit too far left, though. Team Sky lost control of the ball, heading back towards their side.
If I'm Team Sky, you have to make sure you don't go overboard. You don't go crazy here. You have to keep your eye on the prize and do things like that. Sippin' Ramen going to get the second goal across for Team Sky. We're seeing them commit a lot, Fisher. They're sending everybody at it. We got to get a goal here. You can't play like that in my mind. I mean, it worked there, but we're seeing their net be left open, and if Olivett sees that, they're going to turn that around on you, and then the game gets out of reach. 1 minute 25 to go. It's still possible to get those 2 goals, but you got to keep things clean from here on out. Boggy sets up for Instant instead. Boggy not the one to do it. Now Sippin' going to bring it across. Class Wizard's got to be perfect, and is that time to not allow Team Sky a chance.
Oh, and that might have been a huge missed opportunity. I thought Instant was going to go for the bump there, clear the net for Team Sky. It might have been an easy goal, but now this one even harder. Boggy can't do anything pressed up against the post. A horrible position to be put in there. The Fennec did everything they can, can't quite get it to go. And Team Sky, you never do want to see that all-out attack. It leaves you really vulnerable, but 45 seconds, 2 goals. We're getting to desperation times here for the team in orange.
And any new goal, we saw it in the previous game, that could be the last one that happens. It's the new kids on the block versus the old school mafia crime family of Olivett Gaming. Their crime field of olives. Boggy tries to send it across to make it possible. 25 seconds left to go. You need 2 goals if you are Team Sky. You need 1 more. Dagger in the back if you are Olivett Gaming. They're looking for it. Team Sky get back control. Got to get this next one across quick. Solo's there to clear it away. Boggy's trying to bring it through, but Class Wizard might have just made the final block, and that will be the case. Olivett Gaming, they will take it. You come to me in week 1 and think I'm doing you a favor. No to the new kids on the block, and Olivett Gaming will bring it home.
And Wizard there trying to get another goal in the crunch time. We see you trying to stat pad up there on the post. Not going to quite work out, but Olivett now, week 1 victory, 3-2, maybe not the fashion they were expecting. I think certainly not the fashion we were. Got to give hats off before it goes any further. Team Sky with an incredible week 1 matchup for, like you said, new kids on the block, new team in the league. There's not a whole ton you can do better than that right till the final minute. Really, really competitive set.
As competitive gets, but all of that do get the better of it. And we get to hear from the Olive Crime family. Oh, that's so funny to imagine. It's like VeggieTales, but The Godfather. Anyway, Olivett Gaming, interview time. We're going to talk to Solo. Fisher, I'm excited for this one. I'll meet you in there in just a moment so we can hear from Solo. And as we jump in, Solo, how's it going?
Oh, it's going pretty good.
Congratulations on a close one against the new guys in Team Sky. They were really bringing it for a lot of that series.
They're very proficient in the air, and they were gelling together pretty well at times. So it was very fun to go against that team, and I'm excited to see what else they do the rest of the season.
Well, we said it on the cast, but getting to go against a team that's been in RLSS as long as you guys have at this point, it's a good way to make a name for yourself. And like you said, despite them not winning, I think they did. But let's talk about the Olivett games. You guys took a lot of interesting approaches to this. Game 1 did not seem like the Olivett that we're accustomed to seeing, and we saw a lot of roster changes, which is a bit new for you guys.
Yeah, just this is a new season. We're trying to figure out our rotations and kind of just see what we can do, what kind of work we can put in. We've been kind of falling flat a little bit in playoffs recently, so if we can start to figure out rotations that are good and what people are strong at, that's what we're really working forward to. So that's kind of the biggest thing. I mean, the game 1 was a fluke, you know. We had shots that weren't going in. But we felt like everything was going all right, and then, game 2 and 3, we really hammered home. 4 was a little bit of a fluke. They got us real bad and took it home on 5th.
Is Bob family?
We're all family. We are all family. So S-Class and Bob are brothers, and then Seema Pruspa and I are brothers, and then we're cousins.
I love that so much. I know you don't listen during, but we were talking about the Olivett crime family. So now my lore is you guys are this mafia olive farm family that run your olive farm with an iron fist type of thing. I'm gonna stop rambling.
Bunch of fruits and veggies like VeggieTales.
What did I say? What did I say? Okay. Fisher, I'm sorry.
He's never going to live that down.
Ask your
you
questions.
have no idea what can of worms you've opened up on me here, Solo. But going a little bit more in depth to the match, and I think specifically for me, Game 4, obviously you all lost that one. Team Sky had a really, really nice start there, like 5 goals in 2 minutes. But one thing we talked about, coming back from that in those final 2.5 minutes, scoring 3 goals, how big was that for momentum going into that map 5?
Honestly, it was kind of a morale boost. I mean, going down 5 goals, I wasn't in that game. I'm listening to their comms. There's a lot of it was accidents, stuff where we're out of rotation, or honestly, they had some really good shots. And, it kills your morale when you go down 5-0 like that. But to go 3 minutes of them not able to score and us to at least put 3 goals up, that's us making the best of a bad situation. So we took that into Game 5, and it's like, okay, we're back to 0-0. Let's keep going.
Yeah, it was a really nice looking game from you all. And then I think just going into future weeks, I know Anthony already talked a little bit about kind of switching teammates out, testing different lineups. Is that something you all still plan to do kind of throughout the season, or are you going to maybe stick with the concrete one once you think something's working? Just how's that going to be approached?
We're going to stick with it all this season. We think it's just best to do that. I mean, we believe in ourselves enough that we're at least going to make playoffs wherever we are. So we're just going to take this time to really figure out these other teams, how they play, and then try to counter it. And then if that's not working, okay, let's try this. So for us, this is really just a testing time in the season. We feel like we can maybe get away with that this season going into playoffs.
Well, it was a very impressive showing from.
We're in the same wavelength, Fisher.
Exactly. Already both coming
the Valentine's recovery.
Congratulations. Yep, that's going to be a running joke for the next week and a half. But thank you so much, Solo. I'm sure Anthony has a few words to wrap us up.
I do indeed. Yeah, thank you, Solo, for talking with us. Congratulations and good luck going forward. Always
Excited to see how all that goes. I'm sure we'll be on many more of your games this season, and I'm excited. And big shout out to Team Sky. Excited to see what they do with their season. But thank you, Solo. We're gonna hop out so we can say goodnight to everybody. But one more time, thank you, Solo. Appreciate you.
Hey, I appreciate you guys and what you guys do. You know, casting these games is never easy, but these Game 5s, they're a lot of fun, and I hope you guys had a lot of fun casting this.
Always appreciate you, Solo. You the bomb.
See you guys.
Can't wait to have you in a chat cheering one on like the drunk dad at the T-ball game again.
I don't like how I'm getting this reputation for being a drunk dad, but I love it
You
too.
said it. That's all. You said it. Those are Solo words, not Anthony words. All right, Solo.
Alrighty, I'll see you guys.
Well, that was Solo. That was a fun one tonight, Fisher. That was a fun one. Thank you guys for all hanging out in the chat with us tonight. It was definitely a fun one. It was an exciting matchup, and I've said it a million times, and I want to make it clear, Team Sky may just be a team to look out for. The new kids on the block are not messing around. They really brought it to Olivett Gaming today, but Olivett still standing strong, the OGs of RLSS. Fisher, any final thoughts from you tonight?
Not too much. I mean, just good job to both teams, obviously. Wishing them the best of luck heading forward, and thanks to everybody in chat. Week number 1 back after quite a while there for the league, so it feels good to be back.
It does indeed. Thank you to RLSS for letting us do it. And those sponsors, make sure you check them out. Make sure you're in RLSS, and make sure you check out all the streamers. A lot of RLSS games going on. I think they all might start up here soon, kind of the last games of the week before we head into week number 2. But one more time, my name is Anthony Malamos, joined by KingFsher tonight. Olivett Gaming, take this one. Goes all 5. We'll see you next time. Check out all the panels. Check out all the merch. You know all the stuff everybody's supposed to say that I don't want to say. Have a great night, everybody. See ya.